Hey everybody, this is David from the Bronconation forums, and today we want to talk about the member map, do a little walkthrough of some of the tips and tricks that we have for getting the most out of the member map, and we'll start by heading up there. So from any page in the site, you can go ahead and scroll up to the top, and you'll see member map up there, and it'll take you to this page. Now remember, in order to see the member map, you need to be logged into the forums. So your forum login is what allows you to actually be able to see this if you're a member. Now, when you first get to the map, by default, it's going to show you the member overlay. So showing where different members are across the US, a couple in Canada as well. But you can also do some different overlays as well. So you can look at who's online. So this will show you members and registered users of the forum who happen to be online at a given time. You can look at just registered users of the forum. And then we have some points of interest that you can bring up as well. So trails are a great one. And we'll talk about how you can add points of interest to the member map in just a little bit. Ranger stations, if you're out and you need to see a park ranger. Medical, an important one for if you're out on a trail ride, you need to see what the nearest medical facility is. Campsites, if you're out in the wild and you're trying to find somewhere to stop, you can look up campsites. There are quite a few of them across the map. National parks as well. So we'll be adding more to the member map as far as points of interest as we continue to grow. But for now, those are what we have. Now, when you see members in particular, there are a couple things that you can do from the map itself. So if I zoom in and we look up the member, we've got somebody here. Oh, okay, this is Bronco Overlander. Bronco Overlander is one of our mods. And you can do a few things from this screen. You can look at their profile, start a conversation. You can follow or ignore them, but you wouldn't want to do that. Follow is something, it gives you a notification whenever they post. So particularly our mods, a few of our more knowledgeable forum members, it's great to follow them. And then you can start a conversation as well. So right from this screen, you can go ahead and select, say, hey, want to head out on a trail ride or something like that. Now, that's the map filters, but you can also use map tools. There are a few there. So you can jump to a particular location. Let's go ahead and add one here. So if we look at America Road, switch it over to satellite. Number 1 American Road, that's Ford Company headquarters. Awesome. You can also search by member name. So let's look up one of our more active members here. There he is. Where's Buzzy Bud? So he's in New Hampshire. Awesome. Now, one thing to note about locations of members and those sorts of things. I had a lot of questions about, hey, I'm not at this place on the map, but it's showing me over here. Your location is tied to where your profile says you are. It's not in real time. For obvious security reasons, we don't want it to be public knowledge and tracking you down to the granular detail of where you actually are at any given time. So it's based on your profile. Where you say you live on your profile is what's going to show up on the map, and it's not in real time. Now, another cool thing you can do from this particular screen is you can enable a radius filter. So if we go ahead and zoom down, let's go to the Dallas area. A lot of members in Dallas, Texas in general. You can set up a radius filter, and then you can draw it out, and then it'll show you all of the registered forum users and members that are in that radius. And what you can do from there is you can actually send them a map message. So it'll take all those folks, put them into a single conversation, since it's tied to the forums, and you can send a message to those folks. You can attach files. You can allow anyone in the conversation to invite others, or you can lock it. This can be really great for if you're looking for a part, if you're looking for somebody who's going out to do a trail ride or something like that in their Bronco that weekend. Great tool. So if we take that off, let's talk about adding locations. So you can add points of interest to the member map. The member map, belongs to the members. And so we wanted to make sure that there's a way that you can add in points of interest if you know of cool stuff around you. So if you hit add location, you can select a type. These are the types that we have right now. We'll be adding to this in the future. But if you say you want to add in a campsite, you can give it a title. You can give it an address if it has one, or you can go lat long if it's more off the grid, which a lot of the cooler campsites are going to be. And then you can give it a short description, a rating, and provide an image. Now, when you hit submit, it doesn't automatically hit the map. It goes into an approval queue with our super moderators, and they check it to make sure that it makes sense, that it's in the right place, you have the right format for like your lat long, those sorts of things. Sometimes if you don't put this in decimal format in particular, we're not going to be able to check it. And so that's how you add in a location. Once it's approved by the super moderators, then it'll show up on the map. So those are the main things about the member map that we wanted to make sure that we walked through. Oh, one more thing. We have roundups. Roundups show up on the map. So if I go down here to this event, we're going to be in Moab next week for 4x4 Expo. You can select it. You can go straight to the roundup and RSVP if you want. And you can look at our roundup how-to video as well to find out more about getting the most out of roundup. You can also, if you click up here, go straight to the forum thread. One of the cool things about Roundup is when you publish the event, it automatically creates a forum thread for you to communicate with people who are going to be going to the event. And you can go straight to the forum thread from that posting on the map as well. So that's the member map. We hope that you get in there. You start adding in some points of interest, start using it to communicate with other members and set up Bronco events. And we look forward to seeing you in the wild. Thanks.